And all right, hey everybody, this is Alicia AVP. I'm back with another fun stream for you guys. Tonight we're going to do a fun watch party. Tonight we're going to do Iron Man. Now, as most of you know, I love superheroes, but I have never actually seen Iron Man. But two of my friends decided to join me tonight. Josh and Jack decided to join me and said, you know what? Let's get you introduced to Iron Man. And yes, you did see math tutorials, Josh. There's a bunch of old math tutorials videos back on my channel back from
Teach me.
2009. I'm not good at math, I will say this. These are not me in the math tutorial videos. I will say that straight up. Hey, Cryptic, that's totally fine.
Math is like another language to me.
Math is just my kryptonite, honestly. I will say that. No, honestly, math is nope. That's totally fine, Cryptic. You can stay as long as you can. But like I said, I've never seen this one of Iron Man. I know Robert Downey Jr. plays Tony Stark, which I believe he's supposed to be like a great grandson to Albert Stark from A Million Ways to Die in the West. But yeah, I know he's like a gazillionaire and he basically becomes a superhero by accident.
I remember when he was first cast in the movie. It was there was some controversy because back then he was still known for the trouble he got into, and back then it was risky because what if he went back, or whatnot, or what if it just didn't work out? But it worked out. He was the perfect. When you see the character of Tony Stark, you realize that Robert Downey Jr. was the perfect person to cast him as. Definitely.
Like if you've read the comics and stuff, yeah. Tony Stark's story is very similar to RDJ's story. And a fun fact about Robert Downey is that he once ate at a Burger King and he hated it so much that he quit drugs.
Wow.
That's a good motivation anyways. Okay, I'll buy that into that.
Nice. I do know that there's a lot of superheroes that are similar to Tony Stark and Iron Man. There's, like Cryptic is saying, Batman. Yes, he's one of them. Also, Oliver Queen or Green Arrow is another one. There's a lot of these superheroes that are like gazillionaires and basically that they use their money to help the greater good and stuff like that. So I'm glad that there's these superheroes that do that. Instead of just saying, well, I have all the money, I'm going to just hoard it for myself. But no, I'm glad that they're going to use it for a good cause.
And I like the story of Tony too, because the PTSD, it's really relatable.
I agree.
Nice. Yeah. Nice. This came out in 2009, did it not?
2008.
2008, okay. Gotcha. Alrighty. Gotcha. Alrighty.
And it's been my favorite movie for years.
Very nice. Yeah, see, 2008, yep. Okay, cool. Yeah, they label it science fiction action adventure. And they said after surviving an unexpected attack in enemy territory, jet set in industrious Tony Stark builds a high-tech suit of armor and vows to protect the world as Iron Man. So it's definitely a typical superhero kind of story. Basically, he gets thrust into the world of superhero, and
Yes,
that's
like I think now that you've seen like a bunch of the other Marvel movies, the way it's done might seem pretty cliche.
Hmm.
But remember, this was the first time they did it. So it was actually pretty new back then.
The only
That's
superheroes that became superheroes by their own free will, at least in terms of Marvel, were Captain America and basically Thor, because that was his job.
okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I've seen the Thor movie. I've seen Captain America, so I've seen those two. So I remember those two. I saw I think the second one of Thor, and I've seen the first one of Captain America. Like I said, I know who these superheroes are. I know who they are. I really do. So don't take away my nerd card, folks. Cryptic has a question for you, Josh, in the chat. She says, "What is your favorite movie of the MCU movies?"
Iron Man. It's my favorite movie overall, so it has to be my favorite MCU movie by that extent.
Nice. What about you, Jack? Which one's your favorite? Oh, Jack, you're muted.
Sorry, it would have to be a toss up between either Thor Ragnarok and Infinity War.
Okay.
And Thor Ragnarok because it's kind of a soft reboot of Thor, but they do a pretty good job. I think it's pretty. I like what they do with it.
Mm-hmm.
And Infinity War because it was just it was totally different from the other MCU movies at that time.
My top three are Cap Civil War, then Thor Ragnarok, then Iron Man as number one.
Civil War would be number 3 for me. I love that one too.
Okay, cool. I think my favorite, well, I've only seen technically 2, so I will just say of those 2, it's probably Captain America because he's the anti-superhero at first and then he becomes the superhero. So I think that's the thing I love about Captain America, Steve Rogers, that he's not your typical hero, but then he becomes the hero in the end.
Right.
But he was born to be a hero too, because the way he was, his kind-hearted
like his
nature.
heart, yeah, his kind-hearted nature, exactly, and that's why he was chosen.
Yes.
When that scientist tested him, he said, why do you want to do this? Do you want to kill Nazis? He's like, I don't want to kill anyone. I hate bullies. I don't care who they are.
Yeah,
that's where he passed the test.
That's true. He reminds me so much of basically, to me, I will say this, and I hope I'm not being wrong when I say this. Captain America, in many ways, is the Marvel version of Superman. In many ways, I'll say that much because they're very eerily similar. That they're both, like I said, the anti-superhero. That they basically become superheroes on their own, and they show people, hey, I don't like bullies. Like Steve has always said, hey, I hate bullies and I hate Nazis, and I'm going to go save the day. And they get the girl. You don't always know they're going to get the girl.
And the thing with with Steve is that Steve and Bucky, like them being friends is not at all a coincidence. With Steve and Bucky, like Steve joined at the very start, said he didn't want to kill anyone, and then later on in the MCU, during Captain America's I think it was Cap Civil War when they were when Black Panther was chasing down Bucky after the bombing at the UN.
Yeah. That's Civil War.
Stop, you're gonna kill, or Buck, stop, you're gonna kill someone, and then Bucky says, I'm not gonna kill anybody.
That was a good scene.
Nice.
Let's get into the movies.
Alrighty, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Ready to go.
I was born ready.
Alrighty. Hopefully YouTube doesn't flag us for this, but if not, we can always we'll stay on Twitch though, folks. Let me put in the chat real quick so you guys will know where to find us. Okay, let me put that in there really quickly. Because that way, if YouTube gets to be a butt, you can always find us on Twitch, folks. Because they took me down for a hook for my birthday, and they said, "Oh, you don't own the rights to that," even though it was their copy. But yeah. So that's where we will be watching the movie.
It's like I said before we started the stream, YouTube's algorithm sucks.
Oh,
It
they
does.
do. They do. Unfortunately, they've been that way since 2006. When they first started, they've never had it straight. Honestly, they have never had it straight.
I do miss their little Wild Wild West days in the early 2000s. That was fun.
I miss their ways that they used to do the rating system too. That was a lot of fun. 4 stars, 5 stars, 2 stars, 1 star.
Uh-huh.
And then you could also do the video responses. I miss those so much because those were a lot of fun. That if you liked a video, you could respond to it with your own personal video response. But now I have certain videos that were video responses, and now it's so weird when it says video response too, because the original video that I was responding to is no longer there. So it's so weird seeing a video response and it's not there.
Yeah, right. I get it.
Because everybody's saying, "Well, what were you responding to?" I'm like, "That's what I was responding to. That's what I was responding to, folks." Alrighty, Cryptid. We will see you on Twitch, girl. So let's go to take this one off, and we will come back to YouTube later on, hopefully, and discuss it further. So see you guys a little bit later on.